Hello, and welcome to the show. My name is Sasha Side. Today we're playing I Live Under Your House. Ooh, so there's a DLC. Let's start with the main story. I open my eyes and here I am, home again. It's such a wonderful feeling. My eyeball? Oh, as usual, no one. That's good. That's very good. I like being alone. This is the main hall. How nice it is here. Every time I come here I feel joy and pride because I dug all these holes. I don't even know which hole to go into first today. Just gonna ignore that. Yes, so many holes. Let's go in the big hole. No? Let's do this hole. Alright, fine, no. This hole. I rarely go outside, especially since he's waiting for me on the way. There's a spirit standing right at the exit, and every time I pass by, he starts talking to me. I don't like to intercourse with him. Yeah, I don't like to intercourse with people in general. Alright, can't go that way. Ahead of me is my pebble space, where I keep the different stones I find during my excavations. I like to look at them, to stroke them. Oh, how I like to stroke them. Don't stroke the pebbles. Sometimes I even dream about stroking a stone. The feeling is so real. I can feel it at the tip of my fingers. I love stones. I don't see what the fuss is about, honestly. There's my little eye. Oh! Found a rock sharp enough to cut through someone's belly. Oh, that's great! Well, that is great! Good for you! You know, I'm glad you found something to be happy about. Alright. Let's head back up. Let's go through this hole. This is my sleeping place. This is where I usually sleep, although I can sleep anywhere. I still prefer to sleep here. I'm so tired, but I can't sleep yet. Okay. Every tunnel is different. For example, this one is narrower than the others. Sometimes I think I might get stuck in it, and then my heart starts beating harder. My whole body gets tense. I can't help it. I have to move slowly if I want to get out of it. I love this feeling. Is that a worm? Ooh! She died when I was born, or so it seemed to me. I never knew my father, and maybe a creature like me has no father at all. For as long as I can remember, I have been alone all my life. At first, I just watched her body, hoping maybe something else would crawl out of it, and I would have a new relative. However, this did not happen. I talked to her body from time to time out of loneliness, though I mooed and made different sounds rather than spoke. I had to eat its various parts because I was hungry. So I am grateful to her. If not for her sacrifice, I would have died. Over time, I began to notice that her body was crusting over, and the places I had bitten were getting scarred. I realized that she was still alive, so I started eating her body more carefully, trying not to take too big a bite. I am considerate, after all. Layer after layer of her body grew a kind of crust, eventually forming a cocoon through which I could no longer penetrate. I don't know how much time had passed since then, but I waited, and waited long enough for something to happen, but nothing happened. It's a pity she never saw what a beautiful creature I had become, how many tunnels I had dug. Well, now I'm sure I'm all alone in the world. Great, I'm tired of worrying about her. Right. She's nice. Real nice. You got some real nice friends around here. Well, we've, done all the holes. Every single hole. I didn't do the walls and the surroundings of this place. Surprisingly, it's always been this way. I can't even imagine how such a wonderful place came to be, as if it had been prepared especially for me. Look at that. What beautiful orifices! There are no favorites here, all equally pleasing to me. That's why sometimes I squint my eyes and rush into the tunnel as if at random. So there's the cocoon lady. Can't go any further. Can I use the sharp rock to pierce her belly? Hello? Can I use rock to pierce? They're laughing at me. Every night when I try to sleep, they come to me to make fun of me. They laugh. They have so much fun when I cry. Oh my god. They watch during the day and wait for me to do something stupid, looking for opportunities to make fun of me so they can come and laugh at night. Oh my goodness. Sometimes they talk to me, they whisper things, they want me to go outside. After a night of torture like this, I usually wake up tired and hungry, so I crawl outside in search of food. Oh my gosh! What a terrible noise! Yeah, I'm not a fan of construction either. Ah, it won't stop! What the hell? I don't seem to have any other choice. I have to go outside and see what's going on. There you are. I knew you'd show up soon. It's because of those noises, isn't it? I don't want to leave my home. Maybe it will subside on its own. Nonsense. Maybe they came to take your home. Maybe they came for you. Who knows what's making those awful noises? You must come out. Okay, so I'm out, and then what? You know what's next. The same thing you always do. The same thing you do when you're hungry. What makes your breathing quicken and your whole body tingle. It's time to go outside again. As soon as I crawled out into the open air, a disgusting sight came into view. There were metal creatures everywhere, and a horrible-looking structure stood before my eyes. I had no specific plan of action, but one thing was obvious to me. There is construction going on. I knew it, and they are building right over my head, and something has to be done about it. Kill them all. There were too many people around, and I couldn't act out in the open. I had to wait for the right moment, and I started watching. You vile creatures will pay for disturbing my peace. Yeah, bees, bees, bees. What should I do with you? I have to be careful. If they find me, it's all gone, but I can't do nothing either. My strength is enough to deal with only one of them, but maybe if you kill one. The hunger is getting stronger and stronger. No strength to hold back. Something has to be done. I have to decide. Yum, yum, yummy bee. This is my skull room. That's new. After the first time I ate a human, I lay tired outside and didn't even have the energy to crawl back home. The very first one I had was some guy sitting in the woods, drinking beer and talking to himself. Probably put him out of his misery, to be honest. At first, I didn't want to do anything with him. I was just interested in watching him. When he noticed me, he started laughing out loud and pointing his finger. Then he suddenly picked up a stick and started hitting me with it. When it was over, I lay there for a long time looking at his skull. Over time, I've accumulated so many skulls that sometimes I burrow inside this pile and gradually fall asleep. I get that. Sleeping on the skulls of your enemies, very respectable. Worker's skull. Another skull in my skull collection. I have absolutely no memory of how it happens. It's like I'm in a wild ecstasy, and then it's over. My stomach is full, breathing is heavy, and I want to sleep. Good for you. Good for you. Eventually, the house was finished. Different people began to come and go from the house. The unbearable stomping was causing me to have anxiety attacks with every knock. What if they find me? What if it never ends and I have to move somewhere else? Where would I go? I don't have the energy to dig new tunnels. From time to time, I had to crawl out to see if everything was okay, if they were looking for me. For some reason, I had the distinct feeling that they had come to hunt me down. Then one day, people came in and dragged a huge number of boxes. A woman in a blue dress yelled at them and waved her hands, and then everyone left, but the woman stayed in the house. Time passed, and no one else came to the house. It was just this woman. Well, she doesn't look like a threat, I thought. However, pretty quickly my life turned into a nightmare. Pretty much my entire living area was right under this house. Every action she took, every step, every sneeze echoed through the depths of my sanctuary. Her life became part of my life. Gradually, I got to know her schedule, what she does, how she does it. I knew all her habits, the rhythm of her gait. I began to feel that my sleep was disturbed. I just couldn't sleep with something constantly pounding, muttering, and shuffling over my body. In a few hours when I did manage to sleep, those ghosts of the night would come back to haunt me and make fun of me. Oh yes, now they really had a lot to laugh about. Thus my torture became a 24-hour routine. You gotta do something. Yeah, you gotta do something about it. This freaking lady, how dare she? Even at the risk of being caught, the risk of losing my home. Who am I kidding? I don't have a home anymore. She took it from me. I must get out and stop this nightmare. Ooh. Chapter 1. Love? A thrill of excitement overwhelms me. I no longer have the strength to hold back and watch from the sidelines. It's time to find out who lives above me. I need to look around carefully before I act. Oh! Oh crap! I didn't think we'd actually... Okay, so this isn't just point and click. I am a very short creature, but still extremely dangerous. This is the first time I've ever been inside a human house. There is so much space, it makes me sick. The only thing worse than this is the outdoors. I'm a little creature sneaking into your house, thinking about murdering you and throwing your skull with all my other skulls in my skull pile. Would you like that? Ah, I know what it is. It's called a book. Once upon a time, I was very hungry, and just at that moment, a little man sat down next to the entrance of my home. I remember he had little hands, little feet, and he was like a puppet. That little man also had a bag with him. I don't remember being aware of all the dangers of this world at the time, so I climbed out of my hiding place with interest and began to look at him. The little man didn't notice me right away, but when he did see me, his eyes widened, and his mouth opened in an unimaginable way and made a horrible, disgusting sound. He was shrieking at me, as if my appearance disgusted him. That sound was driving me crazy. I wanted to get closer to him, but he kept crawling farther and farther away from me. Eventually, the feeling came over me, and then all I remember was his head in my hands. His body was lying somewhere nearby. His bag he had brought with him was slightly torn, and then I saw books scattered around. I don't know why they caught my eye, but I took them with me. You know, they say you can tell a lot about a person from the books they read. Many pages were badly damaged and stained with blood. Some pages were missing altogether, but that didn't stop me. I began to study them, and it was thanks to these books that I was able to learn the language of these creatures and get some idea of the human world. I found new books over time. For example, recently when I ate a couple of campers. I enjoy reading. I'll have to remember to pick this book up when I'm all done. Why not now? You lazy or something? Or you just got, oh, this thing is soft and comfortable. It's like earth after rain, but it's still better in the hole. It's still better in the hole. Even a couch can't tempt me. All I think about is my hole. I'm not familiar with human life, but I once saw construction workers staring into a similar dark box. They stared so intently and sometimes shouted something and raised their hands in the air. Strange creatures. Can't turn it on, I want to watch the game. Still haven't even unpacked humans. Such lazy creatures. The bathroom. What a horrible, terrifying sound. I'll have to deal with that thing. It scares me. Yes, kill the toilet. Kill them all. Perfectly rational. I'm a rational, brave, beautiful creature. I remember people lugging out these boxes here. I wonder what's in them. You want to find out? I'm down. I'm down to rummage through other people's belongings. It's like my favorite Saturday night. But I can't even rummage. What is the point of a game where you can't even rummage? Rummaging is like the best part. That's it. There she is, lying in front of me. All that's left to do is take the first step. But I don't dare. Why? Something is wrong. My mood is not the same. I don't feel the same rush of energy and unbearable restraint as before. Well, maybe I should come back later. Apparently now is not the right time. Yeah, I should definitely keep an eye on her. Maybe it's a trap. Well, until next time, Birdie. Why couldn't I kill her? And all the sounds she makes now don't seem so disgusting to me. I would even say that I became interested in hearing what she was doing. Ooh, you're in love. There's water running down the pipe somewhere. And here she seems to be taking things out of boxes. I wonder what she keeps in them after all. I think when I was lying at her door, I felt something strange, a feeling I'd never had before toward another living creature. And so I look at the pile of skulls, and I want to take some of my best skull, my dearest one, and take it to her, leave it under the door somewhere. What is happening to me? What is this feeling? What is this feeling I'm getting? Alright, so apparently we're in love now. And we're gonna take a skull and leave it under the door. Oh, it's just flowers. Ooh. The pile of laundry, I could smell it as soon as I entered the room. That smell, it holds your breath. I've never smelled anything like it before. Maybe I should take something with me, just as a reminder. Yes. I decided to take one of her dresses with me. You're just a nice creature. I can see... Listen, lady, I can see how you might be terrified. Concerned, frightened even. But don't be! I am your friend! I find you entrancing. Let's go spy on the lady again. just like a normal, tiny creature would. Strange, the bed is empty, and apparently she's not in the house either. Where could she have gone at this hour? I have to leave what I brought for her and hurry back to the window in case she comes soon. That's, oh my goodness. I thought it was going to be like just a little skull. Was this the skull of a giant? Now, if anything is going to impress the ladies, that's it. Well, back to my hole. This game is surprising me. This is already like a little more than I expected to find. Here you are, back again. But something has changed in you. Nothing has changed in me. Everything is the same as before. Is it? I thought you liked being alone. It is, and I will always be alone. I don't need anyone by my side. Why did you hesitate when you had a chance to kill her? What are you hoping for? What do you think will happen when she sees you? The same thing that always happens. Shut up! Your mere appearance will cause her to vomit. You're different from her. Different! Different is evil! Shut up, shut up, shut up! Or do you think she'll move here? Maybe, but only if in pieces, right? Shut up, you vile spirit. I'll prove you wrong. I'll go back to her house right now and wait in her bedroom, and we'll go back to my place together. You understand? I told you you've changed. Alright, so now I'm back. Well, she had a nice glass of wine. That ought to loosen her up for me. Make her, that'll help her deal with my unsightly appearance. Nothing like a bit of beer goggles to really help you fall in love with a disgusting sewer creature. Oh, my love. Oh, my love, I'm coming. My love. I wonder tell me what you thought of the skull. Ooh. A note addressing Mark. Mark? Who is he? The note tells him to remember to pick up the box from the nightstand that contains candles. Needed for... I don't understand. There's a lot of words I don't know. Marie. Damn it, Mark, we did it! Take it to the basement. Pay attention, it's still moving. Should we just dismember it right in the basement? My whole body hurts terribly. What happened? I don't remember how I got here at all. I read the note, and then... It hurts, I can't remember anything. I have to go home. They trapped me! Marie! Marie, my love! This is all a huge misunderstanding. Don't dismember me.
Not if I do it first.
Chapter 2. Betrayal? Ooh. 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 What am I doing out here? I thought I would go back to my hole. That's glowing too. Interesting. This is the tent of those pesky campers. They obviously shouldn't have set up camp near my place. Okay, so I think I've got over Marie, and now I'm just back to killing campers. You know, nothing to help you forget about a lost love than just getting back in the outdoors, getting back to work. You know, that clear your head. Help you move on. I really love these graphics, by the way. Like, I'm very impressed with this game. Her dress! What is it doing here? How? I left it on my pillow. Ah, Marie. Even as I try to forget about you and move on, things just keep appearing randomly, making me think of you. Oh, Marie. This backpack is remarkably similar to the one the little man had. I remember how in some fit of rage and hunger I killed him, and books fell out of the exact same backpack. I took them, and that's how I learned to understand the language of humans. What's going on here? Ooh, that's foreboding. Some strange symbols on the ground. What is it, salt? It wasn't here before. My body feels weak and sleepy, so I think I should lie down for a while. But I need to go first. That is a good idea. Oh, did it really work? Why is that thing still moving? Fuck, something is wrong. Mark, I told you we should have dismembered it. At least we had a chance in the basement while it was passed out. You know it wouldn't help anyway. It can only be killed through a ritual. That's what the book said. My whole body feels as if it is weightless. I can't move. I can barely look from side to side. What's going on here? That's her, the girl I risked myself for by getting out. Who's that with her? I don't remember him. What an ugly thing it is. Do you think it knows what's going on? Who cares what that thing understands, Mark? It killed our father. Why doesn't it die is what worries me. Ugly? Why does she say such hurtful words? She didn't like what I brought her, and this is after all we've had? What a fool I was. I thought we were made for each other. It seemed to me that I knew her well, that maybe somewhere deep down in her soul she guessed about my presence and was waiting for me to come. Are you sure we haven't forgotten anything? Solomon's cell is holding it together, but I don't see foam from its mouth, or blue flames, or anything like that. Holy shit, Mark, you're asking me that? Well, yes, I'm asking you. You have the book. That's what I thought would happen someday. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I should really die. Why should I live? When she treats me like that, I feel something new again, as if 1,000 needles were tearing me from inside. Oh shit, Mark, I get it. We forgot. Don't tell me. We forgot the fucking candles, Mark. The fucking candles. I think my strength is coming back to me. I can move again. So that's how it is. So she wanted to get rid of me all this time. Well, you know you've brought me a lot of new sensations, feelings that I haven't experienced before. And now, after everything that happened, I'm so tired and really hungry. I want to take you out to dinner. Mark, I think it's going to break out. Ah! Now it's your turn to come to my house. She dead? I moved into Marie's house. You could say she invited me herself. Now she and I talk to each other a lot. I also began to better understand why people put flowers in pots. However, I don't use flowers. I like other things to furnish my surroundings. I also removed that awful black box. Now instead, it's something that's pleasing to my eye. I think I can live here. Marie doesn't seem to mind either. I'm getting more and more used to open spaces. Marie and I will have to go down to my place one more time, though. We are expecting children. I can't imagine how it happened myself, but the larvae are already pretty big. They will need to be taken to my lair. After all, they are my children. They will be more comfortable there. By the way, the voices have stopped, and I don't hear that awful laughter anymore. I think I now know what the word happiness means. And yet sometimes I feel sad. Oh! Well, there you go. Thank you for playing Ending 3. Should I play through the main story again and try to get a different ending? Okay, so we are going to not kill the construction workers. Spare. Eventually the house was finished. Different people are gonna come and go. Okay. So, and I think the little man was probably this lady's dad, who we killed. And then we also killed Marie and had babies with her corpse. Just your average happy ending. We're not gonna take the dress. Alright, so this is the tree that had the dress. It won't be long before I'm home again. Okay, so that's all that happens. Why am I here? Even the voices have gone silent and are no longer laughing at me. The spirit no longer speaks to me too, and I dream only of darkness. Ever since the day I killed Marie, I've been lying next to the cocoon of my creator. I don't do anything, I just lie there and stare into the darkness. I look at my body, and it too is gradually crusted over. No one ever moved into Marie's house, so I could enjoy the silence, but I don't need it anymore. The crust is about to cover my eyes, and then I'm asleep for I don't know how long, maybe even forever. From everything that happened to me, I understood only one thing. When I was at her bedside for the first time, when I saw her bare heel dangling from the bed, I should have eaten her at that moment. Alright, we got ending number 1. So we got ending 1 and 1 and 3. So I wonder, because there was really only I only really had 2 options. Let's run it through one more time, try to get the other ending. Okay, so I couldn't find anything about how to get ending number 2. I already played through the game a couple times, just trying to get that ending, couldn't figure it out. So if you want to see it yourself, you're gonna have to play the game for yourself. Yeah. All in all, I loved that. I had a fantastic time. It was it was funny, and the art, the graphics, just lovely. Really just lovely. I was really intrigued with how, like, it unexpectedly had like a 3D moving around aspect to it. Now, if I understood correctly, apparently the creator released a DLC for this game, which is like completely updated but set in the same world. So I might play that. Probably have some fun. In any case, the name is Sasha Side. Get subscribed and come on back another time. Have a good night.